on Comcast Sportsnet and part of the NBC Sports Group.
It all comes down to one series in October. 3 games versus the Texas Rangers decide the fate of the playoff-minded Athletics. A win tonight and their postseason hopes have been met. But Bob Melvin and the boys' sights are set higher. A series sweep and the Green and Gold will win their first AL West Division title since 2006. An unlikely task as they were not favored to even compete in their own division. The A's have become one of the best stories in baseball. A small budget team with a roster full of rookies. The true underdog. They have had a storybook season, never giving up until the final out. This series should be no different. The A's will scratch, fight, and claw until the end. Game 1, A's, Rangers, next. It is a warm night at the O.Co Coliseum. The A's and the Rangers, somebody is going to celebrate tonight. Let's hope it's the Green and Gold. There's the AL West standings. The A's, if they sweep the Rangers in this 3-game series, they'll win the division. But for the wild card, the crazy wild card, that's all the A's have to do is win tonight, and they will win the second wild card. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, it's come down to this. A win tonight, and the A's get that second wild card, so we are indeed excited about that. And, Ray, how about Yoenis Cespedes? He is really leading this team. And I think what amazes me the most is how much he has improved since the beginning of the year, and he was pretty good at the beginning of the year, to the way he's playing now.
Yeah, he's tremendous. And I think about the number of games he played in Cuba. 90, 95. All of a sudden now he's playing every day, well beyond that. But what he has done starting in spring training and then during the regular season in Texas, a ball that he hit the left center, just crushed it into the A's bullpen there. His defense has been spectacular. Remember, he's also a center fielder, now playing left field. His speed is outstanding. He hits triples as easy as anybody and just coasting into third base. And yesterday, never seen a ball hit as high as the home run he hit to give the A's the lead. So he's complete package. He even got a curtain call yesterday. Didn't even see that, but what a season he has had in his debut.
Now, Jared Parker's going to pitch tonight for the Athletics. This is his third start against the Rangers, and he's pitched pretty well against them both times.
He's pitched great. The changeup has been spectacular. Also, he's gotten a lot of run support in Texas. He was great with the changeup. They saw him for the second time there. He was great here at the Coliseum. 8 innings of shutout baseball. Did a great job again. Changeup is the key. Sneaky fastball. If he throws a changeup as effectively as he did against the Rangers and also against the Yankees on the road, he is going to be great. He's pitched more innings than he's ever pitched, yet he still feels strong.
All right, again, very simple. A's win, they win a wild card spot. Rangers win, they win the division. So a lot of intrigue tonight here at the Coliseum. We'll have lineups at first pitch when we come back to the O.Co. It's the A's and the Rangers coming up.
by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Toyota, check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Jared Parker and the Athletics take the field. Green Tops tonight. It's the first of the 3-game series between the Texas Rangers and the Oakland A's. Rangers, a long day of baseball yesterday in Arlington. A long flight. They arrived, what we were told, right around 2 a.m. into San Francisco. Good night's sleep, and they're ready to go, and so are the Athletics. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. It's hot, 85 degrees. I don't think we've said that in a couple years, Ray, especially for a night game. 85
Not
degrees.
starting at 7:05. Absolutely not, but it's nice. It's beautiful, and we'll see how the ball carries considering the warm temperatures tonight.
Let's look at the lineup for the Texas Rangers. It starts with that man, number 5, Ian Kinsler, followed by Andrus, Hamilton, Beltre. Beltre will DH tonight. He's a little bit banged up. Cruz in right. Michael Young will play third. Then Murphy in left. Napoli is the catcher. And Mitch Boylan plays first.
And it is right-hander Jared Parker, his third start this season against the Rangers. Both times he has gotten a lot of support. An 8-run second inning here, a 5-run first inning in Texas, looking for win number 13. And his last 2 starts have been amazing, and against the Yankees and the Rangers.
So Parker's ready, and so is Ian Kinsler, who steps in the box, and Parker kicks, and the first pitch of the ball game is popped up shallow right. Rosales out, Reddick in. Reddick reaches up to make the catch, and that's out number 1. Let's check out the A's defense tonight. Cespedes is in left, Crispin center, Reddick in right. Donaldson, Drew, Rosales, and Carter around the infield with Derek Norris doing the catching. So a couple of right-handed bats in there tonight.
Cap, as much as Kinsler swings early as he just did, good to get him a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that he could not get around on from Jared Parker, and that's a good way to start the game. Kinsler always aggressive, which why not? Leadoff hitter, you get a first pitch fastball, why would you wait around? And fortunately, could not get around very well. Parker with a great changeup. Fastball just saw at 94. He'll also throw a couple of different breaking pitches, but the 2 pitches he likes the most, the fastball and the changeup.
First pitch to Elvis Andrus is in for a strike. 289 with 3 homers, 61 RBIs for the Rangers shortstop. Hamilton will be next. The Rangers had that long day of baseball after being rained out on Saturday. A doubleheader yesterday. They had a crushing defeat in Game 1. Angels scored 2 in the top of the 9th, held on to win, but they came back and the Rangers won the nightcap 8-7. Bounced foul.
You look at the very tough loss that the Rangers had in the 9th inning. The Angels scored a couple of wins, and then to be down 4-0 in the first inning.
That's right, yeah.
But yet to come back the way they did, they probably just negated any of the negative thoughts about the opener of the series, or the opener of the day-night doubleheader. As they came back very strongly last night, Mike Napoli, as he typically does this time of the year, did well.
That one's drilled towards center. Coco's there, and that's out number 2. Now this is the Game 1 big hit. 2 on, 2 out in the top of the 9th inning. And it was 4-3, and Joe Nathan can't believe it. That made it 5-4. And the Angels held on to win Game 1. So it was quite a day of baseball. Second game, 8-7.
Wow. And you can
start thinking about those games and how important that second game was for Texas, and how much it hurt the Angels. Angels pretty much have to win out.
And hope the A's lose out.
Yeah.
But you could see the hanging slider. Joe Nathan probably would never want to see that again, because that is not his style of pitching. He has a hard slider that bites down quickly, and left it up, and Jared Parker just threw a great changeup after first pitch fastball that Hamilton fouled over the third base dugout.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Parker cruises through the first inning. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. A's coming to bat. Bottom of the first, quick look at their lineup. It starts with Crisp, followed by Gomes, Cespedes, Carter, Reddick, Donaldson, Drew, Norris, and Rosales. So that's the group that will face the youngster Martin Perez. We'll tell you more about him in a minute. As Coco steps in, 260 with 11 home runs, 43 runs batted in. The first pitch from Perez is a little up and away. That one misses low, and it's 2-0.
Stephen Drew started against Perez in Texas. Coco not available. Of course, that was the end of their 10-game road trip. Coco rejoined the club and back in the lineup on Friday.
Another pitch, called the ball, 3-0.
Perez threw so few pitches in that first inning, 2/3 of an inning.
He was not out there.
And no, and maybe he's too strong tonight.
Right in there first, right? So 3-1. That one bounced over the head of Michael Young, who was playing in. And it's into left field for a base hit. So Coco Crisp with a chopper.
Now Martin Perez is back-to-back starts against the A's. The short one in Texas, and you look at the numbers, still 1-3 on the season. And he's had a couple of starts, but on the season, making just his 6th start. So Ron Washington, Mike Maddox kept him in the rotation. And remember Mike Adams, who gave up the 3 home runs in the 8th inning in the Thursday series finale, is injured.
Yeah.
And they're hopeful that he can come back and pitch sometime. A's pretty much will see Harrison tomorrow night. So they saw Holland, Feldman, Perez, and Harrison in the 4 games there. And so through the weekend and then back to the same rotation pretty much this 3 games.
There's a strike to Johnny Gomes. Gomes, the DH tonight, hitting in that 2nd spot. Coco leaning at first.
Coco getting a fastball and just hit on top of the ball. This infield not known to be as hard as some around the league, but with the infielder at third base playing even with the bag, Michael Young is able to get it over his head.
Coco with 38 steals on the year. He's only been thrown out 4 times. So, 22-year-old left-hander is already pitching out of the stretch. Missed again, 2-1. Ron Washington. I think it should be noted that the Texas Rangers are in the postseason.
Yes, they are.
They locked up a playoff spot yesterday with that win in the second game, so they're in.
3 of the 5 actually are in.
That's
New York,
Yep.
Baltimore, and Texas.
They are officially in. It's just a matter of division winner, wild card, still to be worked out. So at least Texas, they know that they are going to play in the postseason for the 3rd consecutive year.
And interesting, as they celebrated last night with just a toast. So that's pretty much it. There's no real celebration for them because kind of like the Yankees. Yankees never go into postseason just for the postseason. They won it all.
There's a shot, base hit center field. Johnny Gomes. Don't go to second, and the A's are rolling here in the first inning. Let's look at the defense for the Texas Rangers. Murphy, Hamilton, Cruz in the outfield. Young, Andrus, Kinsler, Moreland on the infield, with Napoli doing the catching. So 2 batters into the game, we got a visit already from Mike Maddox, the pitching coach.
Well, for Mike Maddox, probably just as much, just saying forget about your last start, because Johnny Gomes right back at you up the middle, hard line drive, and Johnny Gomes just smoked it up the middle. This time Hamilton able to make the play. That was the tough part of the first inning for Perez in Arlington when the A's scored 5. But there's the win in the couple of starts against the A's. The win, 5 1/3. Of course, that was a game in which the Rangers scored 5 unearned runs off Tommy Malone in the contest that helped Perez pick up his first win, and in fact the only win this season.
So Yoenis Cespedes steps in.
Mike Napoli going through signs, and it's definitely not a possible bunt sign. The only thing he's giving is a sign if both runners run, he probably would go to second with Gomes the trailing runner, but Johnny's going to be able to get a big lead off first also if Coco decides to run.
First pitch to Cespedes is outside, and we said it in our open, and we just want to make sure everybody's aware, Ray. If the A's win tonight, they are a wild card team. That is official.
Yeah.
If the Rangers win tonight, they win the division. They become the AL West division champ. So somebody is going to celebrate tonight. That one bounced to Kinsler, a big hop right near the bag, and that's a double play. So just like that, there are 2 outs. And for our first October Quest update, let's check in with the guys in the studio.
Batting in the 4th position, first baseman, number 22, Chris Carter.
All right, indeed, and we're going to keep a close eye on it. So Baltimore loses, Yankees win, Rays win. The Rays will not go away.
The great thing about that series, both teams feel and they know they have to win. Rays in particular because they're 3 behind starting play today in the second wild card. Meanwhile, the Orioles trying to overtake the Yankees, and now they're a game behind.
Again, the Orioles are officially in the postseason. That game in Seattle between the Angels and the Mariners, it's C.J. Wilson and Felix Hernandez pitching matchup there. So that's a game that we'll all keep an eye on, including the folks in the studio.
Sometimes there's a lucky block, and Mike Napoli might have been put in that category because Perez threw a ball in the dirt and just kind of smothered it and actually banged around a little bit, but is able to keep it in front of him.
2-1 the count to Carter. 3-1 to Carter.
Chip shot in Arlington, Texas for Chris Carter. This was against Perez. That chip shot to right field. Ball carries very well, as the night before Chris had gone deep to left field, fighting the teeth of the wind. And then on the Saturday evening, see the early start, and he hit a home run to right field.
And that's a walk to Carter. So first and third, 2 outs for Reddick.
Right fielder, number 16, Josh Reddick.
So Reddick with a chance to give the A's an early lead. 32 home runs, 83 runs batted in for Reddick. 5 of those 32 home runs have been hit against the Texas Rangers. First pitch, and that's a strike.
He hit his 30th against Harrison on Thursday, so he has done well against lefties as well as righties. Off-speed pitches, and as we talked yesterday when the ball went down the right field line over the foul pole, kind of knuckled. He said thought maybe he's going to go foul a little bit, but kind of stayed straight, knuckled back into fair territory.
Blocked in by Napoli.
Now this was yesterday, and it was a big one, a 2-run home run. And Luke knew it, and just right at the end, stayed fair into the second deck, which was a long shot, and gave the A's a 3-run lead. A couple of curtain calls yesterday, which good to see the fans reacting here at the Coliseum.
Reddick bounces one foul. So the count 1-2. A's 91-68 on the year, and they are 47-31 at home.
Well, that's impressive to have 12 home runs against lefties. Batting average almost the same for both lefties and righties.
One and two, the count to Reddick. Breaking ball blocked. If my memory serves me correctly, Ray, he's hit home runs off some pretty good left-handed pitchers.
Yes, he has.
Count even 2-2. Pitch number 21 for Perez here in the first inning. He's trying to break through. That one hit up the middle, and that's a base hit. Coco comes in to score. A's lead as Carter goes to third. Reddick comes through, 1-0 Athletics.
Well, as we talk about the great game of baseball, it's a bunch of individuals playing a team game. One guy does not do it, the next guy does. And a cutter outside. Reddick just brought the bat through. He had to shift to the right side as Kinsler was playing him to pull the ball more, but right back up the middle. We saw him do it against the Orioles. Went to left field, and Coco Crisp led off for the single, able to score a 2-out run-scoring single by Josh Reddick. 84 runs batted in. Madison Bumgarner, CC Sabathia, Jason Vargas.
There you go.
You're exactly right. Ricky Romero. So he has hit lefties, righties. He's hit everybody.
First pitch to Donaldson is low. So the A's with 3 hits and a walk here in the first inning of Martin Perez, and he is not sharp again.
Well, the biggest hit in this game so far has been Josh Reddick, because he had a chance to get out of the inning. without giving up a run after getting the first 2 runners on base.
Missed again. 2-0. And they are on the phone.
Yep.
And Ron Washington cannot be happy with the youngster again. Not only are you falling behind in an important game, but you got to go to your bullpen in there.
Yeah.
Even to not the call, that gets somebody warming up in the first inning.
Even though you might have 12 guys in the pen, it's going to affect you. That was the starting pitcher against the A's last week, Scott Feldman.
Rio pitch to Donaldson, and that's a strike. Donaldson took a couple steps toward first base. Xavier Donaldson, stay in there and take a rip. This guy's stuff is not that great tonight.
That's a good pitch to try to make it a 3-run home run. Plus, you get the fans booing the umpire. That's not going to help. Got to sit the same pitch, see if he backs it up with the same offering.
That one is low, and it's a walk. So we got another October Quest update. Here's the studio.
Batting in the 7th position, shortstop, number 5, Stephen Drew.
So early action up at Safeco Field, 3-1 in the first.
Stephen Drew led off the game against Perez in Arlington with a double over the head of Nelson Cruz in right field. A ball that they were saying the next day that maybe should have been caught as he drifted back and came up a little bit short, but he's playing shallow. He has a very strong arm, and you have to figure as Perez. I guess time was he called a balk. Yeah, he did balk. I thought time had been called, but he balked.
Carter's going to trot home.
Yeah,
it's 2-0 Athletics.
Keipe stepped off, which I thought time had been called. I was looking around, but Lance Barksdale, home plate umpire, not called time, and he started and then stepped off. But the second base umpire, Gary Cedarstrom, caught him. Watch him start, and he's going to step off quickly. There and there, that's a ball. He started his windup, and now he's going to have to parry. He doesn't have to, but he's going to pitch out of the stretch. So it was called and correctly called.
You know what's funny about that, Ray, is he's been in the stretch since the very first hitter, and then there with the bases loaded, he went back into the windup and he balked.
That's a great point, because it is surprising, because how rare is it for a pitcher to pitch out of the windup with a runner at third base? And now he goes out of the stretch with first base open.
Well, how rare is it for a pitcher to go windup, stretch, and then back to the windup in one inning? Exactly. That doesn't happen very often. No messing around, as it's double action now for the Rangers. Sheppers, Feldman. 28 pitches from Martin Perez. 2-0. One pitch to Drew, slider away. His stuff is not crisp at all.
No, and the disappointing thing that Ron Washington sees is simply that he had a chance, first and second, gets the double play, and then he ends up walk, base hit with 2 outs to a lefty, and then another walk, and then a balk. And that has to be very disappointing.
And he's sort of guiding it in there now, you can tell. So it's 3-1 to Drew.
And the Rangers have to be hoping, and the A's are hoping, that Stephen Drew is sitting on a fastball, and Perez is just going to try to get me over fastball. Figure he's going to be out of the game if he puts Drew on. Feldman is ready, or Sheppers, you figure somebody's going to be coming in.
3-1 pitch is hit toward right center, but Cruz is going to get over there. He makes the catch, side, retired. So a lot of action in the first. 3 hits, couple of walks, a balk, and Reddick with an RBI single. So after 1 at the Coliseum, it's the A's 2 and the Rangers nothing. Provident Credit Union. Provident Credit Union's super reward checking is better than free. They pay you. It is a warm night at the Coliseum. 85 degrees first pitch. Shirt sleeves everywhere.
What a fan of the booth.
That's right. At night. That never happens.
Never.
So Beltre, Cruz, and Young for the Rangers as Parker was able to retire Texas in order in the first with a strikeout.
And remember the game in Texas, the A's scored the 5 in the first inning. In the first 2 innings, Parker struggled. Then Rangers came back and scored 2, making a 5-3 game. And then the A's with Steven Cruz bases loaded single made it 7-3, and he went 6 innings, which we thought maybe it was be a very short evening. But this Rangers club, very powerful, and here's one of the most powerful, Adrian Beltre with 36 home runs. Great changeup thrown for the second strike by Parker. Another.
So that's a strikeout as Beltre chased it.
Now back-to-back changeups. He got Hamilton, threw him a couple of changeups in succession, and then in the dirt, but right over the top. What a great delivery by Jared Parker with the over-the-top delivery, backhanded by Derek Norris. And Beltre shaking his head a little bit, as hitters will do with the changeups thrown so effectively by Jared Parker.
Here's Nelson Cruz, who takes a pitch just a bit down and away. Cruz 262 with 24 homers, 90 RBIs. And this one's hit toward Coco Chris. Shallow coming in as Coco. He's going to get there. And he's got it. So 2 outs. And Ray, special happy birthday to Jack Kuiper.
Yeah.
My little guy's 8 years old today. So Jack, happy birthday. You got about 20 more minutes and then it's off to bed.
He's not 8 already.
He's 8 years old. Yep. So 8 years ago.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Yeah.
So he's home watching. The family's watching. So
good night, Jack.
What we're hoping for is a dual celebration in the Kuiper house tonight. They already had one. We're hoping we can get one later tonight. So happy birthday to Jack. He's 8 years old. He's going to catch the first couple innings.
And he can DVR it on the great Comcast Sportsnet California and Comcast in HD
Go on
DVR.
demand. You can, he'll see the. Michael Young rips one to right center field, and Young has a base hit. Reddick quickly over to cut it off.
So Michael Young gets the hit in the second inning versus the 8th inning, which he did in Jared Parker's first start. As Parker had a no-hitter for 7 innings, broken up by Michael Young, the consummate professional hitter, which we have seen over the years of Michael Young hitting the opposite field.
David Murphy.
We've seen that swing for a long, long time. First pitch to Murphy is low. Murphy having a good year, 306 with 15 home runs, 59 RBIs. But he has struggled against the A's. He's just 5 for 31 this year against the Athletics. Now 2-0.
Five retired in succession, a couple of strikeouts, and then a base hit by Michael Young. Out of the stretch is Parker. So adjustments for pitchers. Come out of the bullpen, pitching out of the stretch and wind up. But I always think about the brother, the Hall of Fame brother of Mike Maddox, pitching coach for the Rangers, Greg Maddox, who will be inducted first ballot Hall of Famer. When he threw in between innings, he always pitched out of the stretch as much as possible because he said your most critical pitches are made out of the stretch. So
can't argue that.
Exactly. And he didn't have to do it much, but when he did, he was ready to go with a great two-seam fastball, great control. We always talk about how a pitcher can pitch out of the windup. First time he gets in the stretch, he might struggle.
Sure.
Well,
see it all the time.
Yeah, but if you warm up out of the stretch, you might be ready to go. There is Mike Maddox, who is wearing that familiar number 31 that his brother wore for so many years.
That one flipped to left field. Cespedes coming in, and he's got inside, retired. A hit and a runner left. Bottom of the second, coming up Norris to lead it off. 2-0 Athletics.
Postseason games. Select any games from the wild card all the way through the World Series. Any unplayed games are completely refundable, and by booking your suite early, you'll lock in the best price. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or go to oaklandathletics.com/postseason.
Be a nice place to watch playoff games, right?
Privacy of your own suite. Conduct a little business, watch your A's team, or just have a good time.
Norris, Rosales, and Crisp here in the second inning. He's with a 2 spot in the first. They got 3 hits, received 2 walks, had a balk, and scored twice.
Perez got the foul out and drew and gets to come back out for the second. So Perez got a 5 spot in his first start against the A's, 5 unearned runs, and helped him pick up the win. And Jared Parker now in his 3rd start. The A's have put up a crooked number early offensively. Both times here, an 8 and a 2, and then of course the 5 in the first inning in Arlington his last start.
Slider there and a pretty good one. So that's the first strikeout for Martin Perez. So he's going to try to settle in here in the second inning after a very rocky first inning.
Well, Mike Napoli finally got the opportunity to be able to call a breaking pitch after he sees his pitcher get ahead. One of the first batters. 31 pitches in the first inning. He did not get ahead of anybody except nobody. He's behind everybody.
Hey, just the facts, right? First pitch, breaking ball to Rosales for a strike. Rosales 221 with a couple of home runs, 8 RBIs. Perez has already pitched deeper in the game than he did in his last start against the A's. Angels 3, Mariners 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Again, that's Wilson and Hernandez. C.J. Wilson, Felix Hernandez pitching.
And King Felix just going along with everybody else who's pitched a perfect game. Not done anything much. He lost to the Angels in Anaheim in his last start and gets him again tonight at home in his final start of the 2012 season.
1-2 to Rosie. Fouled at the plate.
I think about DVRs and what do you think about the Tampa Bay Rays at home? Very interested in this game,
yeah,
because they won, but if the A's win, it's a moot point for them. But do they stay up and watch the game back there, or do they go to bed, get a wake-up call?
I'm guessing some will and some won't.
But as they probably left the park saying they did all they could do in tonight's game anyway, they won over the Orioles.
But it's the great advantage you have if you're being chased and not the one chasing. In the A's case, they're being chased as Perez gets the strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts. So do your part to help Bill King and my partner Ray Fosse into the Baseball Hall of Fame. King and Fosse are among 41 finalists who have advanced to the second round of voting for the Ford C. Frick Award. The top 3 vote getters from the fan finals will be placed on the final Frick Award ballot, with the other 7 finalists determined by a Hall of Fame committee. Visit Facebook.com/baseballhall to vote for Bill and Ray through October 5th. Top of the order, Coco Crisp, who hit a bouncer over Michael Young's head and into left field for a base hit in the first inning, and he later scored.
Great for a hitter who is a threat to bunt, where the third baseman in this case and Morton at first base both playing E with the bag. Coco doesn't bunt that much. Got the threat. Yes, it moved back. He may decide to try it.
Two and one now to Crisp. Michael Young on a dive. Nice play. Throws in time to get Coco Crisp. A diving backhand on a short hop. So a very nice play by Michael Young. 2-0 A's after 2. Wendy's Asiago Ranch Chicken Club in spicy, home style, or grilled. Try one today. Third inning at the Coliseum. Nice crowd. Is, from what we understand, a very large walk-up tonight. I'm not surprised by that.
Well, you can just see the crowd, and it was not expected to be this big, but it's great to see the fans showing up, and especially with the walk-up. Couldn't ask for a more beautiful night for baseball when you get the temperature in the mid-80s at start of game time. And as we talked earlier, as it gets later, this is October the 1st. As the game starts at 7:05, 07, it's dark already, unlike during the middle of the season when it takes about the 8:20, 8:30. Outfielders love it, especially the right field. Shade, nighttime, as soon as they show up.
One and two the count to Mike Napoli, who hurt his old team last night. He's done that a lot to the Angels.
A great finish to his season last year, including the postseason, and 6 runs batted in with a couple of home runs in the nightcap last night. He's strong. He can use the whole field, and he has proven that over the course of his career.
1-2 pitch is a fastball that's high.
Remember in Texas how the A's pitchers threw the fastballs by Mike Napoli, and interesting with a great changeup that Parker is throwing that he stayed with the fastball. One breaking pitch to Napoli, otherwise the fastball is being used. Wow, that's out of the strike zone.
So full count with Mitch Moreland in the on-deck circle, and then it'll be Ian Kinsler. And that one just a little bit low, so Napoli works his way back, and he gets the walk.
Irvin Santana. And after a 4 spot in the first inning for Santana, he coughed it up big time. There's the big one.
So Napoli is, he started to get hot later in that A's series, and when he gets hot, he starts hitting them in bunches.
Yeah.
So leadoff man aboard. First time that has happened for Texas, and to the backstop. And trotting down to second is Napoli. That one zipped right past Norris.
Not only passed it, but it took off on him. As he was down, this ball up and in, almost hit both Moreland and the home plate umpire, and Norris could not get a glove on it. If he had reacted quickly enough, he might have had a chance to throw out Napoli. It came back hard off of the diamond level backstop.
So a runner in scoring position now for the Texas Rangers. First time that has happened tonight. Moreland, 272 with 15 home runs, 50 RBIs. Adam Rosales playing way out in shallow right field. Drew playing right behind second base. The outfield shifted over toward right. And the changeup stays high.
And the changeup works so great with Hamilton and Beltre. Hitters 3 and 4 in the lineup, but struggling a little bit with the changeup to Napoli and now to Moreland. It's a pitch that's thrown like his fastball. There's the batting averages against his pitches. Changeup, hit the left, at least anyway.
That one grounded, and that's going to be into left field, and that's a base hit. Now they're going to hold up the runner, Napoli. As Cespedes, the reputation is there, as it should be. Napoli just trying to trot to the third and stopped. So Moreland beats the shift, first and third, nobody out.
Made it big time. See where Drew is playing up the middle, and that's right in the shortstop position. Dave Anderson wisely holding Napoli. But watch how he just drags the bat through, pitches outside, and you just have to wonder if you get enough at bats to warrant a shift, and he's going to hit into the shift like that. And he didn't try to pull the outside pitch, which is what the A's had hoped.
9 outfield assists for Cespedes. And here is Kinsler. Slider outside. Kinsler on the first pitch of the game hit a fly ball to right field. And that one fouled at the plate. Bounces out in front of the plate. 19 home runs for Kinsler, 72 runs batted in. Here's your runners. Napoli at third, Moreland at first. Not a great deal of speed on the bases for Texas. Parker with the look. And a breaking ball for a strike. Kinsler could not pull the trigger.
A pitch that normally Kinsler would be swinging at because it was a hanger, a slider right in the middle of the plate, but evidently looking for something other than the slider.
So the crowd making some noise. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Kinsler chased it, and there's out number 1.
But again, a little bit of a late swing, and maybe thinking soft, something off speed, and realized it's a fastball. Couldn't pick it up location-wise off the plate enough that he just hesitated, and in the last instant swing, try to protect, and couldn't do it. A big strikeout, similar to the one that Dan Strader got against Kinsler in Arlington, second and third, and a big strikeout on a 3-2 fastball.
It's always a great stat for a pitcher.
That's right.
The opponent's hitting with runners in scoring position. Good way to keep your ERA down.
Yeah. You really want to get greedy. How about a ground ball double play after the strikeout to get out of the inning?
Andrus, a little flare, and that's going to be a base hit. Moreland's going to round second. He's going to go to third as Napoli trots in to score, and it's 2-1. So Elvis Andrus, a little jam shot, but good enough to knock in the first run for the Rangers. So RBI number 62 for Elvis Andrus.
No ground balls with that pitch, and Andrus is strong enough. The infield shading slightly in, looking for a double play ground ball, and no chance for Drew. You hear the crack of the bat indicating that it did break it, but Moreland heading to third without any hesitation.
Well, here is Josh Hamilton, who struck out swinging in the first inning. First pitch, change up for a strike.
We just have to wonder, the way Parker has had success against Hamilton, I'd say that's success. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. That if Hamilton's going to sit changeup, because it's all he's been seeing from Parker.
Well, if he was sitting changeup, that's the one he should have swung at, because it was up a little bit. Called a strike.
His most effective changeup is down. That's the one that Hamilton swung at the last time.
And that time a fastball down around the knees, and it's 0-2.
Well, if he was thinking change up, he had to be fooled on the fastball, which was a gift. Height-wise, it looked like.
So 0-2. Hamilton with 127 RBIs and 156 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, struck him out with a changeup. So Hamilton took 2, swung at the third one, and he strikes out for the second time.
Changeup, fastball, changeup, and here it comes. Looks like the fastball and just floats outside off the plate. But a great pitch, especially to a power hitter. to throw it not close and get him to swing at and miss.
So here's Beltre. Beltre is DHing tonight. He aggravated his shoulder yesterday during the doubleheader. He got a little bit of a sore shoulder.
It's his non-throwing shoulder, and he can swing the bat.
And he's expected to be okay. It's not anything real serious.
There's the Adrian Beltre. The check swing immediately pointed to first base for Field and Cobra to make the call. Watch Beltre as he starts his swing and watch him point. So he knows that if the home plate umpire makes the call, he cannot be appealed. He's the only one I've ever seen do it. There have been a couple follow him, but he has been the originator of that move.
Outside corner call to strike, 1-1. Beltre struck out swinging in the second inning. St. Louis Cardinals won tonight, Ray, so they are getting real close to locking up the final playoff spot in the National League. They now have a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers. If the Dodgers lose tonight, then the Cardinals have that last playoff spot. Inside almost hit Beltre. Cardinals beat the first place Reds 4-2 in St. Louis.
Not a guessing game for hitters. Good hitters start looking for certain pitches, and Beltre struck out on a changeup 1-2. He has a 2-1 count this time.
Swing and a miss on a changeup.
Yep. That was probably one of the best. The floater that just floated in ever so slowly. And Beltre tried to stay back, but got out on the front foot and missed it by about a foot. So that's how good the changeup delivery was from Parker.
At third, Andrus at first. 2-2 pitch, but first a fake to third.
Now see, Andrus again looking to first base, wanting a ball call. I've never seen a runner. Andrus, remember last time the Rangers were in town, Blackley picked him off. He looked to first base and got a ball call.
Andrus runs. Beltre swings late. Fouls it back, 95 miles an hour.
If you see the lateness of the swing from Beltre and on the fastball, it was out of the strike zone, but still a pitch that looked like maybe he was thinking something off speed. Just a question if Parker's delivery and his changeup is so good, it doesn't really matter at times if a hitter's looking changeup.
Andrus not going this time, and it's foul back. High fastball. So a run in on a walk and 2 hits. Parker trying to limit the damage here in the top of the third.
It's back-to-back fastballs. You'd have to figure he's going to throw the changeup.
And he does, and it's bounced toward Rosales, who will go to first in time. Side retired. So the Rangers get a run, but Parker works out of it. So bottom of the third coming up, 2-1 Athletics.
check local listings for the dates, times, and channels in your area.
Johnny Gomes to lead it off. He is indeed the pride of Petaluma. Cespedes and Carter. Martin Perez not good in the first inning, but he settled down nicely in the second inning with a 3-up, 3-down inning and a couple of strikeouts. Singled up the middle in the first inning. And he singles up the middle in the third inning. Shot.
Boy, that's how you handle a fastball in the middle of the plate.
Here's our Ford right choice. Cespedes, the home run yesterday. Bottom of the 8th inning, solo shot, broke 2-2 tie. He's the one to win the game, 5-2. 23rd home run of the year for Cespedes. That was a biggie. Got a curtain call.
Well, home run number 1, home run number 23 against the same guy.
That's right.
Sean Kelly.
Cespedes tonight hit into a 4-3 double play in the first inning.
He's so strong. If he has the fastballs outside from Perez, he can go out to right field. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to pull the ball. We've seen him. I think the most impressive shot was at Target Field, Minneapolis, when he hit the ball to straightaway right field.
There was a few impressive home runs in that series in Minneapolis.
9 in the 3-game series.
It was right after the All-Star break, I believe.
Pitchers will say that when they're on the mound, they know when the guy is warming up the bullpen. Perez is a left-handed pitcher. He can look right in the bullpen of the Rangers and see Scott Feldman up again, knowing that his pitching coach Mike Maddox and his manager Ron Washington might have a short leash working tonight.
Cespedes slowly hit toward third. Michael Young fields it, throws, and they just get Cespedes at first. Ty Waller threw his head back. He's got a pretty good view of it. But first base umpire Fieldon Culbreth called Cespedes out.
Now there's the speed, a big follow through, and Michael Young only one play, off balance throw, bang bang, and it goes against the Athletics. And you have to wonder, a little bit of a slow motion here. Looked like he might have just gotten him, as nice stretch by Moreland at first base. Cespedes jumping for the bag and maybe a couple of inches from touching down, with Moreland securing the ball. Unbelievable speed and hustle from Yoenis Cespedes. He's getting 2 ground balls tonight.
So here's Carter, who takes first pitch low. Carter walked and scored in that first inning. One down the left field line, but it's foul, well into the seats. Been a good year for those guys. Don't miss too many games. Swinging and a miss by Carter. A fastball tailing away from Chris.
Carter's got some very good numbers against Perez. Walked in his first at bat, scored on the balk. Showed the home run. They hit to right field in Arlington, Texas.
So Carter behind in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Missed outside. 54 pitches thrown by Martin Perez, with 1 out in the third inning. Setting up inside, and he catches the inside corner with a fastball. So that's the third strikeout. 2 outs. Here's another October Quest update.
C. Josh Reddick.
Well, there you go. So congratulations to the Tigers. They are in. So they will celebrate in Kansas City. First pitch to Reddick. Foul back. So second straight year the Tigers win the Central, although they had to work a little harder this year. Last year they won it by 15 games, but this year they clinch game 160. So Yankees, Rangers, Orioles, Tigers are all in. One pitch to Reddick. Cued foul.
Josh Reddick getting a slider and just took it right into center field against the shift. So we've had a couple of hitters, Moreland and then also Reddick, going against the shift. Josh Reddick, 84th run batted in, along with his 32 home runs. Remember, it was the Wednesday game in Arlington that he ended his 0 for 30, getting 2 hits against the Rangers.
This one hit to right field, but he got under it. Cruz makes the catch. So Martin Perez works off the leadoff single. A's do not score, so we're headed to the 4th inning. Athletics 2, Rangers 1. September 2006 at Safeco Field. That's the last time the A's clinched a playoff spot. So that was in Seattle.
Well, I do remember a couple of real happy players, Mark Kotsay and Jason Kent.
They were happy.
Going to postseason for the first time, and Kotsay came out of the dugout and went straight to his catcher.
So Parker jumps ahead 0-2. Nelson Cruz. Cruz hit a fly ball to center field in the second inning. He'll be followed by Michael Young and then David Murphy. Good pitch, strike 3 call. So Cruz on 3 pitches, he's gone. 5 strikeouts for Jared Parker.
Well, what a great slider. And Derek Norris working great with Parker tonight, mixing his pitches and nails the outside corner with a slider. Perfectly thrown. Lance Barksdale liked it. And why not? Right on the corner. And Cruz just could not pull the trigger. Not a lot of times that you'll see a pitcher go right after a hitter 0-2. They sometimes waste a pitch, and sometimes the best pitch is a strike. The point that it just doesn't think it's coming.
Most strikeouts by a rookie pitcher in Oakland A's history. Parker third, and he may get to Langford. Want to know to Michael Young. Singled to right center in the second inning. That was the first hit for the Rangers. Rangers got their only run in the third on Elvis Andrus' RBI single. This one's hit high to right center. Coco Crisp going back. He's at the wall. He leaps, and it is gone. Welcome to the warm weather at the Coliseum. Michael Young homers to right center, and we are tied at 2.
And Michael Young does not hit a lot. That's just his eighth, but the great opposite field hitting that we saw with a hit in the first at bat. Fastball
Number 7.
that he just got under it, and that's a bad pitch. Fastball about belt high, and it just kept going, kept going. Coco jumped and required a great jump. And
Stephen Drew ranging to his left, throws out Murphy for out number 2.
remember, Parker does not give up a lot of home runs.
No,
and that's what's odd about that. That I guess you could look at it and saying it's a solo, because anytime runners get on base with a power in this lineup, you're always concerned. But Parker typically keep the ball in the park. Cloth hit one with the Orioles, but the last 5 starts, just 2.
10 home runs allowed in 179 innings. That is incredibly low. So here's Napoli. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Napoli is now a hot hitter. It's funny, guy gets hot like Napoli, all of a sudden they become a little more selective. Remember the first couple games in Arlington against the A's, he was swinging at pitches out of the strike zone.
And even pitches that were up in the strike zone, he was kind of uppercutting a little bit. Usually the pitch is down. He's very conscious of the height, whether they're out of the strike zone or not. And I think that's why he swings at pitches that are up a little bit.
He flips this one to right. Reddick's going to get there. He's got it. Side retired. Michael Young with his 8th home run of the year. So as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, we are now tied at 2. Ask Glenn and Ray question. Mark from Granite Bay asks, if the A's and the Yankees are the 2 wildcard teams and each have the same record, who would get the home game since the season series was 5-5 this year? Donaldson hits the first pitch to Young, and that's out number 1. All right, well, that's a good question, and the tiebreakers can be complicating, but we'll do the best we can. Now, the first tiebreaker would be best record in head-to-head play, which we just showed you is 5-5. So that drops it down to the second tiebreaker, which is best record in interdivision games. So how did you do within your division? Well, the Yankees right now are 39-31 in the East. That includes their win tonight. The A's against the West are 30-24. So right now, at least, the Yankees would have a slightly better record within their division. But they still have 2 more games against the Red Sox and the A's tonight and the next 2 against Texas. So those records are not quite complete yet. But after that, then it gets interesting.
How interesting?
Well, after the interdivision tiebreaker, team with the best record in the final 81 games of the season, ignoring interleague play. How about that? How'd you do in the second half? It's interesting, I will say that. So that is how they break it down head to head. A's and Yankees tied, split the 10 games. Here's your division records.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Derek Norris.
A's won the season series versus the Angels, the Orioles, and the Rays, so that's good there. So a lot going on.
Yeah.
Two outs for Norris, and he hits a high fly ball to shallow right field. So that is a 5-pitch inning for Martin Perez. He's retired 6 in a row. So we're on to the 5th. It's a 2-2 game. Got the last out for the A's in September of 2006 at Safeco Field. The last time the A's clinched a playoff spot, it was Chad Godin. It was a blowout that night, 12-3. A's won the AL West. So he's trying to end that 5-year drought.
I think Mark Kotze got a 1-year contract extension. Jason Kendall announced his retirement this year. 2 of the prominent guys.
Mitch Moreland swings at the first pitch, grounds out, and that's out number 1. And we got another October Quest update from the studio.
Now batting, number 5, Ian Kinsler.
So Trout having a big night, 4-1. Angels lead.
Think he's still king?
King Felix?
He's got the king. What do they call him? The King's Court down the left field?
Yeah, I think he's always going to be the king.
Oh, yeah, he'll be their king.
Swing and a miss by Kinsler. Chases a changeup, and it's 0-2. Pitch to Kinsler. Swing and a miss. Went with a breaking ball, and Kinsler strikes out for the second time.
Stuck a fastball by him last time, slider this time.
There's your updates. Yankees win. Orioles lose. Rays win. You just got the highlights from that game up in Seattle. So
now batting, number 1.
The A's win it.
Andrews.
They're in it. And they will knock out the Rays and the Angels. A's have to win. So that puts the New York Yankees back in first place in the AL East by 1 game over the Orioles. Fastball inside to Andrus. Elvis Andrus had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Changeup, kept it in the outside corner.
One of the few changeups that's been thrown that was not swung at tonight. That which indicates that, like, Andrus has taken a pitch all the way after getting ahead 1-0, but the changeup's been so good. A lot of swing and misses off a very good pitch.
.64 pitches thrown by Parker.
A lot of innings for the young pitchers on this age staff. A.J. Griffin. Dan Strelly, of course, had a lot of innings in the minor league. Griffin, not as many up here because he's on the DL about 3 weeks.
Well, you've said it, Ray, that Parker's told you, hey, I know that I'm throwing a lot of innings, but my arm feels fine.
Straley, Darren Bush, his manager at AAA. Griffin is scheduled to pitch Wednesday.
And Andrus takes off to first, throws the bat down, and the pitch is called a strike. That's generally a really bad move by a hitter.
It was like he was taking the pitch all the way, faked a bunt, and then just kept running. And I hope he's apologizing to Lance Barksdale. See, he's pushing, and just. There's only one Ted Williams, and he's passed away. He's the only one that if you didn't swing, they called it a ball.
Well, the thing is I mean, that pitch was borderline. And you wonder if the umpire said, I'm calling this a strike. It's close. And that one's outside, and he ends up walking him anyway. Because I don't think an umpire really wants a hitter to do that.
No.
Sometimes
trying
to help the umpire hurt you, or trying to show him up.
Yeah.
It's a bad move, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
That's a great point. It is a bad move, and usually the hitter goes back and apologizes, shines his shoes, and just kind of.
Well, you would hope, yeah. I'm not sure doing that and then going back and arguing.
Exactly, or questioning. Are you sure that was a strike?
Yeah, it's a double bad move.
Well, Andrus ran his last time on base, but this time with Josh Hamilton. You have to wonder if he's going to try to do it this time.
Well, we'll give you a full account of what Miguel Cabrera did tonight in a little while, Ray, but I can't tell you that he hit a home run tonight. So right now Hamilton is trailing Cabrera by 1 home run. Rips that one foul.
See, he waited on that changeup.
Yeah.
He's seen a few, and he was not as aggressive. Stayed back, and
so that includes Cabrera's tonight. It was a big night for Cabrera and the Tigers, who are in. They win the AL Central.
was going to say, for Cabrera, he was being interviewed post-game of the celebration, so probably could care less about all the other stuff.
Andrus has got a pretty good lean going, not running, and that one's hit to right, but he got under it. Reddick goes back, circles around, and he's got it side retired. So a 2-out walk to Andrus, no damage done. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's a 2-2 game. They're having a good time tonight. They're hoping.
What's Hugh Darvish doing in the stands?
Hugh Darvish got an Asian uniform on. What's up with that? 2-2 game, and here's Rosales. He'll be followed by Crisp and Gomes. Bottom of the 5th. Drilled toward right center. Hamilton on the move, still on the move. It's over his head. Bounces around, and Rosales is going to stop at second base. Probably a good move.
Yes.
So Rosales with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 5th.
Great swing by Rosales, and when you have the ball in front of you and you're running hard, that's when you pick up your third base coach. And also know that you don't want to be thrown out in third. And the ball got back very quickly as Hamilton had the ball go over his head, high hop, and that's when Rosales thought he had a chance. Exmo, foot down, great swing, opposite field. Mike Maddox paying another visit, but Adam Rosales never to take anything lightly. And he's thinking about it, looked at it, and then decided, pick up your third base coach because Guy's going to stop you. And he was trying to, didn't look at him, but it's a great start to this 5th inning, especially a 9th place hitter gets on with an opposite field double.
Expo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So to bring up Coco Crisp. Well, Coco handles the bat well, so he can do a lot of different things in this situation. Before that hit, Martin Perez had retired 10 of the last 11.
And just 63 pitches through the first 3 innings. And that 4 innings, that's after 31 in the first inning alone. So the corner's expecting the bunt. Coco didn't bunt yesterday with a couple of runners on.
First pitch is inside.
But for Coco, who hits the ball so well to the left side, with the third baseman Michael Young playing even with the bag actually in front of the bag, and Andrus holding the runner at second, left-hander with the pitch coming into Coco. He gets the top hand. Look at all this space here to shoot for. And that may be why he is not going to think about sacrificing.
In the dirt, and now it's 2-0.
Dave Anderson moves the infielders. Gary Pettis the outfielders. Jackie Moore the bench coach for Ron Washington. Mike Mannix the pitcher.
And there's a strike. Inside corner.
Well, that's the one we've seen Coco top hand and get on top of it. Tommy Cam, and it wasn't too high. It was a strike at the plate.
Pitch looped into left center field, and that's a base hit. Here comes Rosales. He's going to score. Coco to second, and he's got a double, and the A's have the lead.
Well, there are times that you play for one run, but Coco Crisp is such a great hitter with his speed. He brings him in himself, doesn't have to try to get into third base for somebody else. And Coco takes a pitch, gets a hanging curveball, and rips it into left center. Perfect in the gap. Rosales held up, and Coco with his hustle. Murphy having to go to his left, and then stand up quickly to throw. And Coco with a run batted in, and that's it for Perez.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Number 39, Scott Feldman.
Is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. And by Jack in the Box. Come to Jack in the Box and try a sourdough cheesesteak melt today. It's got all the best parts of a cheesesteak, but it's on toasty sourdough.
So the A's have grabbed the lead here in the bottom of the fifth on Coco Crisp RBI double. Johnny Gomes will hit.
Okay, Ron Washington has to be happy to have gotten out of Perez what he did get, 4+ innings, because it looked like after the first he might be gone, as was the case in Texas, but turns it over to Scott Feldman. For Feldman, of course, he started the game in Texas when Yu Darvish had a stiff neck. Local young man, I complimented him on getting ready so quickly in that game, and he said, that's been my whole season, last minute. Get ready, get loose, and he did it then. The A's did get him, as Darvish did not start against the A's in Arlington.
Nobody out. And the first pitch to Johnny Gomes. Not yet.
Well, Bob Melvin, of course, has the option of putting Seth Smith in with a right-hander coming in, but it's still relatively early. And one of the things that Skipper has said about hitting Gomes and Smith second, try to get as many at-bats against lefties, in this case for Gomes, as possible. He's 2 for 2, but he stays in against a righty, and he's very happy for the opportunity, as he knows he can hit righties just as well.
Pitch is low.
Two of those home runs came against Joel Peralta, game winners. The Tampa Bay Rays pitching, and that's why the A's have the season series against him. Parker has given up 2, but now has the lead back again.
Well, with this Rangers lineup, you just want to get as many runs as possible.
Exactly. They have 9 hitters, only 2 less than double figures in home runs. So that's what you're dealing with. And now Michael Young has added 1 more.
Coco takes off. Throw to third is not in time. Stolen base for Coco Crisp. So it's the Coco Crisp show so far tonight.
Got a great jump. Johnny Gomes didn't move, and it forced Mike Napoli hit Gomes, and the throw a little bit offline. Coco got the hand in quickly enough, and now the infield has to come in for Gomes. So you're right. Coco Crisp was thinking double as soon as he hit the ball to left center. Got to second base with an RBI, now steals third.
2-1 pitch to Gomes. Swing and a foul. No. Rolled away on a swing and a miss, but not quite far enough for Coco Crisp. Maybe Gomes just got a piece of that the way it popped away from Napoli.
Slow breaking ball breaking away, and that's what Feldman does. He starts it outside and he reaches for it. Gomes does. And think different for Johnny with the right-hander pitching versus, for example, Vargas, who he faced over the weekend. But the changeup from the left, he's going to be going away from, at least from the right-hander. You can see the breaking pitch. If it's going away, it's usually going to be out of the strike zone. Fastball low 90s from Feldman.
And Gomes swings at a pitch in the dirt. So Feldman got him with that big overhand curveball. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, if he does it once, might as well try to do it again. And Mike Napoli has definitely been busy tonight blocking pitches in the dirt. And I'm surprised that Johnny swung at the second. After the first one, maybe, but the second one, a little surprising.
So now Cespedes will try to get Coco Crisp home. Back-to-back doubles by Rosales and Crisp here in the 5th.
Well, you have to think he's going to stay with the curveball, and that's why the opposite field don't open up so much from the left side. If you get a curveball, just go with it.
Taken by Cespedes, who is hit into a double play and then grounded to third. Very close play on the ground ball to third. Cespedes may have had an argument and beat it, but it's called out.
Cespedes hits a ball as hard as he's capable. I think the infielders aren't concerned playing in.
1-0 pitch. Slider just missed and the count 2-0.
But again, if you're going to throw this pitch and you're a hitter, Napoli off the plate, almost like they don't want to pitch to him. It's almost like they're willing to try to get him to chase and walk him, set up a possible double play with Chris Carter if he stays in. Carter.
Got close.
They're not even pitching to him. They got to put him on it. Probably should, because the way they're taking the chance of a wild pitch if they keep going that far outside. Should be another slider, because if you're throwing 3 sliders trying to get him to chase, you're not going to throw a fastball. You would not think 3-0.
So there is the walk.
Yeah, Brandon Moss is coming out to pinch hit, and so maybe they were thinking a double play possibility with Chris Carter, but instead of Carter hitting, it is Brandon Moss.
So another meeting on the mound is Mike Maddox getting his exercise in.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for the
So here comes Moss to hit for Carter.
Number 37, Brandon Moss.
Brandon Moss has been swinging the bat so well, and of course the skipper communicating, telling him that Chris Carter has the numbers, and mentioned something to Brandon Moss about not playing. He said, "We're a team." He said, "Chris Carter's 3 for 3 with a home run off him. I'm just 1 for 1 in the single." That was off Perez. So he gets the chance. He's ready, knowing that if a righty comes in, he might get the call, and he does. As Lance Barksdale allowing this conversation to continue, which is surprising. Usually when the umpire walks out.
That's ridiculous. You can't let a meeting go on that long.
He's going to still go. That is surprising.
I mean, that's pretty much letting the pitching coach do whatever he wants.
Well, like I said, when the umpire starts to walk out, it usually is the end of the meeting, but maybe Lance Barksdale enjoyed what the conversation was all about, that he's learning something.
You just walk the guy. Moss is the hitter. Let's go. One's a fastball, two's a curve. "21 home runs for Brandon Moss, 48 RBIs.
21, the 3-run walk-off Saturday.
First pitch. Little flare, center field. Hamilton coming in. Crisp is tagging. Throw to the plate. Is not in time. Coco gets in, and it's 4-2. Hamilton made a terrific throw, but just too much speed from Coco Crisp.
They're going to appeal to third base, figuring that you always take a chance that maybe they think the runner left too soon. But it's all about timing. And we saw Cespedes score on a shallow fly ball. Who's making the call? Nobody's making the call. Not one. You know, when Feldman stepped off and looked, but Coco Crisp, Hamilton strong arm, throw the plate, and Coco got through into the inside part of the plate with a slide. Great hustle. That's a Coco run. I think we'd give him a Coco run on that.
That's
right?
a Coco run. So give Moss the sac fly. Here's Reddick. The A's lead 4-2. How close was it?
Well, and Coco changed direction, got the right foot in. Napoli never tagged it, missed him completely. Well, there's your importance of the on-deck hitter getting up to home plate, telling the runner where to slide. Of course, Coco saw the throw going towards the dugout and could do it on his own. Watch him as he's running in. He's going to see where Napoli is. He's going to go outside, then goes to the inside, which is Gracie Reddick right here. I mean, that's perfect for Josh Reddick there to tell him to slide inside, and that's what your on-deck hitter is there for.
Keeping Cespedes close. Cespedes has 16 steals this year. Bluff's going, and Reddick swings and misses. Reddick had an RBI single in the first inning and a fly ball to right field in the third. Swings at a pitch and fouls it at the plate, and something got Napoli. Was it the ball or was it the bat?
Must have been the bat. Reddick is tapping him on the shoulder. The follow through and boing. That's why you wear helmets in. Listen. If that were me when I first started, I'd been on the ground because I was wearing a soft cap. I didn't wear a helmet when I first started.
There are so many ways for a catcher to get dinged. I mean, it's almost not fair.
I had a pitcher in the A's named Horatio Pena, single ball pitcher.
Remember the name?
He threw a ball, broke the hitter's bat. The bat snapped, came back around, hit me in the side of the head.
Oh, with a soft cap on.
With the soft cap. And you know where I ended up going? Hospital. The X-rayed and found nothing.
So you may have a hard head, but not that hard.
Not that hard. Not for a broken bat. No. Horatio Pena.
Reddick cues when fouled down toward the tarp left field line. Reddick's RBI in the first inning was his 84th of the year. So Reddick weathered the storm of that tough stretch he was in, and now looks like he's back to the old Josh Reddick.
You know, one thing he says, Kipe, is the fact that he's never been able to play every day. And he came to the park when he's 0 for 30, said, didn't matter. I knew I was going to be in the lineup. And that's a great feeling to have. The only way you get out of the lineup is to play.
Strike 3 call, and Reddick knew it. Big inning for the A's. They score twice. 2 doubles, walk, sac, fly. So we're on to the 6th. A's 4, Rangers 2. California is brought to you by the California Golden Bears. Bears are back in Berkeley this fall, and tickets are on sale now at calbears.com. Bears need a win. Cal Bears scuffling.
VI's team, right?
VI's a Cal fan. Being able to bounce back. We are. First pitch to Beltre. Breaking ball, and a good one. Drops in for a strike. Moss hit for Carter. He stays in to play first base.
And he was the first to run to Coco Chris and said, thank you for your great speed.
RBI.
Because that was a Coco run.
Beltre off his foot. He's beat up anyway, so that's probably the last thing he wanted.
Left shoulder, stomach problem, and still wanting to play, and not surprised. Left side. Wow. Get him in the right also, both of them. Maybe got him in the back leg.
Angels still leading the Mariners 4-1. Top of the 6th inning at Safeco. Oh, 2 to Beltre. Cruz to follow, and then Young here in the 6th. Check swing foul. The Washington Nationals, who had secured a playoff spot, but tonight they clinched the National League East. They lost, but the Braves lost as well. So the Nats celebrated a division crown.
Congratulations to former Athletics, a battery of Gio Gonzalez and Kurt Suzuki. Gio, what, 21 wins?
21 wins.
Nation's capital, and it'll be rocking.
A Kurt Suzuki fan? Well, we're all Kurt Suzuki fans.
That's right.
1-2 pitch to Beltre. He hits it up the middle, and that's going to get through into center field for a base hit.
Don't miss out on A's postseason baseball. Individual game tickets for potential wild card and American League Division Series games at the Coliseum are on sale now. Tickets are available online at oaklandathletics.com/postseason, over the phone by calling 877-493-BALL, or at the Coliseum box office.
A little bit of work to do yet for the Athletics. Like a win. A win. There we go. First pitch to Cruz, fouled at the plate.
I didn't think for Jared Parker, that's why the slider has been a good pitch for him tonight to kind of mix it up, because otherwise fastball changeup, and while you can pitch effectively with 2 pitches, sometimes hitters are good enough to guess. And if they guess correctly, they can hit the ball well, especially this hitting thought.
Just a bit outside to Cruz, 1-1. Cruz with a fly ball to center field and a strikeout. One of 6 strikeouts for Parker. You got Cruz looking in the 4th inning. This one's hit high toward right. Reddick near the line. Now into foul territory, and he makes the catch. Juggles a little bit. Beltre tags, and he's going to go to second. So Reddick had a long run. He made the catch. Beltre, pretty good base running, was able to tag up and go to second. But a nice play by Reddick.
So the ball just kept going, slicing off the right-handed hitter's bat into foul territory, and he knew he had to get to the wall, and then slipped a little bit on the, the area in front of the fence. And once it's in foul territory, if you're a base runner, only one place to go. Back to the bag, tag up, and the ball was offline as it came in. Excellent hustle by the veteran Beltre. His shoulder might be hurt in his stomach. Foul the ball off his foot or his leg. Tag and go.
So a single and a homer. David Murphy will be next. Here's a strike. Well, Michael Young not having the kind of year he had last year, but still very dangerous. In the dirt, 1-1 the count. This was the home run in the 4th inning.
You elevate a fastball to Michael Young, as well as he goes the opposite field. And the way the ball is carrying tonight, Coco Crisp jumping, and the ball clearly over the jagged edge at the 388 mark at right center. So he would have to jump about, what, 20 feet?
Yeah, well, he's got good hops, but not quite that. Just a touch outside. Lance Barksdale didn't like it. So that home run allowed by Parker, just the 10th he has allowed this year. Innings per home run allowed. Parker's the best in the American League. So 1 home run every 19 innings. That's 2.5, 3 starts. 2-1 to Young. Oh, foul. Last year, Michael Young, Ray, 338, 11 home runs, 106 RBIs.
Just look at the Rangers lineup. 1 through 9, there's going to be RBI opportunities.
Yeah.
And Young, as good a hitter as he has been throughout his career, it's not surprising he could drive in over 100 easily without hitting a lot of home runs. Always a tough at bat.
Pops this one. Rosales going out, and he's going to get there. He makes the catch. So that's out number 2. And here's our October Quest update. Let's head back to the studio.
Now batting, number 7, David Murphy.
So Mike Trout doing his thing.
Well, he's already done things that nobody ever had done before Major League Baseball. And what, he missed the first 3 weeks of the season?
How about the AL MVP debate?
Yeah.
It's been going on for about a month now, and it's going to continue to go on. Here's Murphy. And first pitch strike, although I believe you vote right after the regular season.
No, before. The ballots have to be in by the final game, which is Wednesday. So postseason doesn't matter.
No, postseason.
It's strictly based on the regular season, which the ballots, I think, are in at least by Wednesday or Thursday morning. Has no effect whatsoever in postseason.
So for those that are deciding, they're probably kicking it around right now. That's a tough vote.
And a lot of times it's a team that has success that wins. Backdoor slider. This is perfectly thrown. A first pitch changeup froze Murphy, then a backdoor slider. He didn't like it, but that overhead camera, our Tommy cam, showed it perfectly to the outside part of the plate.
So 0-2 to Murphy. And that one in the dirt, and Norris cannot find it initially, and Beltre will go to third.
Buried a fastball in the dirt, and Norris got a glove on it, but no part of his body to soften the blow.
So 1-2 now to Murphy. Murphy lays off a running fastball. 87 pitches for Jared Parker, trying to win his 13th game of the year. That time he went with a changeup to the outside corner, missed. So full count.
Remember all those great change-ups as Sean Doolittle gets loose quickly in the bullpen. All the change-ups they threw, actually the Rangers and the Yankees on the last road trip, the ones that started about knee-high and just tailed away. That's the ideal one to throw now. You don't think about giving into it.
3-2 pitch. That one grounded toward Rosales. He gobbles it up. And Murphy's retired. Parker gets out of it. Runner stranded. So we're going to the bottom of the 6th. A's 4, Rangers 2. Light Freeze Cam. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frostproof Coors Light. It is the world's most refreshing beer. Solid 6 innings of work for Jared Parker.
He is in his start this late in the season. Great job in mixing pitches tonight. And that's the key to pitching, especially against a tough hitting club as the Rangers we know in that category. Mix them up so they can not establish a pattern.
One 0 pitch to Donaldson. Big breaking balls low. Walk and a ground out for Donaldson. This one's hit to right field, but plenty of room for Cruz. He's got it. So Donaldson is retired. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. On this date in 2000, the A's clinched the AL West. It was in game 161. Jason Isringhausen gets the final strikeout. First division title for the A's since 1992. So that was October 1st, 2000.
So the curveball came off, pumped a fist.
Is that what you did?
Not well.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
It's just part of the game, you know.
There's the lefty Kirkman. Stephen Drew is 0 for 2, and he takes a strike at the knees. 1-1.
Bob Melvin has used Stephen Drew at shortstop exclusively, but he has moved him up and down the batting order. And with Coco Chris coming back, he goes from the leadoff to second, down lower in the batting order. So it adds some pop down in the bottom part. 5 home runs in the month of September. Of course, you have to remember this is October 1st. Yep. That is hard to believe if you think about it. The season normally is over, but 3 more games remaining in regular season, that is, which will end Wednesday. 20 clubs will be going home as of Wednesday, after Wednesday.
So 2-2 the count to Drew. Norris waiting in the on-deck circle. 7-1. The Angels are leading the Mariners in the 6th inning. The Rays won. The O's lost, and the Yankees won. But again, all that really doesn't matter.
You know, I saw something today, and it sounded hard to believe. The Red Sox. They've lost 90 games this year,
yeah.
Maybe more. First time since 1966 they've lost 90.
Yeah, I saw something about them losing 90.
Hard to believe. I mean, they've always been close. Of course, won a couple world championships in 04-07, but for the first time to lose 90 games in that period of time. But they have had a horrible season.
They sure have.
A chance to do something to finish it out at Yankee Stadium, but they lost the opener tonight.
They are 69 and 91, and they've lost 6 in a row.
Meanwhile, the A's trying to win today or tonight, which would be their 4th in a row. There's owner Lou Wolf standing behind the on-deck circle.
Strike 3 call. So Drew chewing on Lance Barksdale a little bit.
Thought he had the walk, height-wise, bell tie.
Now batting, the catcher,
and Mike Napoli brought the ball back in a little bit, but one of those that's very close. If Drew was thinking about pulling the ball, he was not going to reach it anyway.
So here's Norris. So I got something for you, Ray. I want to read you the starting lineup of the Boston Red Sox tonight against the Yankees. You ready?
I'm ready.
Siriaco, Nava, Ross, Gomez, Lavernway, Saltalamacchia, Valencia, Lind, Iglesias. That's your starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox tonight against the Yankees.
Who?
That is unbelievable.
Wow.
Siriaco, Nava, Ross, Gomez, Lavernway, Saltalamacchia, Valencia, Lind, Iglesias.
Iglesias is a good shortstop.
That is amazing.
Saltalamacchia's had a good season. And it's surprising. Josh Reddick could not be happier to be where he is right now. And I said, you know, you could have been in Boston. He said, I'd have been in AAA. He said, with that team, and he said, the way things were going, yes. So he is extremely happy to be here. 32 home runs. He's driven in 84. Gold Glove outfield. And enjoying life on the West Coast. Bay Area.
Feldman 3-1 pitch to Derek Norris. Foul back. So you don't think Josh Reddick, if he goes 0 for 30 in Boston this year, you don't think they let him ride it out?
Pawtucket.
Yep. And sometimes let the young player ride it out. He did the right thing.
Well, he was disappointed when the trade occurred because he go from Boston to Oakland at a time that club of Boston is supposed to win. Sure. But he comes to a place, a club where he has helped win.
So Norris with the 2-out walk. And here's our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow night's game against the Rangers. Harrison, an 18-game winner against Travis Blackley. I think Blackley would like to have a little bounce back. He struggled his last night.
Yes.
Batting for Adam Rosales. Number 2,
So we're going to get a pinch hitter. Pennington is going to hit for Rosales. So Pennington for Rosales. And Rosales had a big hit in this game. He led off the 5th inning with a double. And that started the 2-run rally that gave the A's the 4-2 lead. Pennington goes after the first pitch and fouls it straight back.
The success of the Oakland A's this year has been really a number of players contributing, especially about 4 to 5 positions at platoon. And tonight, the A's taking the lead. And Moss hits a sac fly, goes in to play first base. Rosales starts. Pennington in now. So there's a couple of the platoon positions. And to see with Johnny Gomes if Kirkman comes in. Gomes have Seth Smith there to. And Johnny Gomes have been platooning at the DH role. It's all working out though.
Yep. Pennington fouls it off his foot. It rolls down the third baseline. So the Yankees, Rangers, Orioles, Tigers are in the American League. Nationals, Braves, Reds, Giants are in the National League.
So the 2 second wild cards are
right now,
still waiting.
It's low.
See Jared Parker in the dugout. He had left to go upstairs, but back in is nobody loosening in the bullpen. So Parker will be going out for the 7th. Pitching great again. Knows he has a well-rested bullpen, or a bullpen ready to come in if he falters a little bit. Okay, Cap, the crowd announced tonight 21-162. They're a lot louder. 21-162. Great walk-up tonight. So the 4 games so far in this homestand average right around the 21,000 mark. But a great crowd tonight, very loud, very much into it, and obviously a very big one. Consider Monday nights at the Coliseum. Probably should be sold out, but take the 21.
Bennington, he's got a base hit to right center field. Norris, who runs well, will make it to third easily. And the A's have first and third with 2 outs.
A 2-out walk and an base hit with the hitters falling behind. Cliff Bennington 0-2. Fouled off a couple of strikes and gets the off-speed pitch, the changeup, and right back up the middle. And Derek Norris knows that Josh Hamilton does not want to try to throw him out, so he's able to go to third base where he can score on a mistake. Hamilton just getting the ball back in to keep the force in play.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Call it the Coco run. Runner at second base, Coco Crisp with a double to left center. A hustling double. He was thinking 2 out of the box as Rosales scores. So Coco ahead first slide into second. So next, he'll steal third. And he gets in safely ahead of the throw from Mike Napoli, and then a shallow fly ball. He's going to continue to run inside with a slide as Josh Reddick was there telling him. So Coco Crisp double stolen base, scores on a shallow sac fly. And that's a big run for the A's because it gave him the extra run, 4-2 lead. Now he's going to hit a base hit on the first pitch fastball and give the A's another run. I always like it when they bring a lefty in to turn Coco back around, as that's what they're doing with Michael Kirkman, who has a good fastball. He's making his 27th appearance. He's pitched against the Athletics, and Brandon Hicks just grabbed a bat because he had a walk-off against him, as well as Coco is homered against him.
Kirkman's first pitch to Coco Crisp, swing and a miss. See Coco do that a lot, huh, Ray? With this, I don't know. It seems like more from the right side, but bring a lefty in, runners on. He is maybe even a little bit more aggressive.
You're right.
Earlier in the count.
It's kind of like ambush, you know. You think you're going to try to sneak a fastball. He threw 94. Kirkman did, and actually Coco opened up just a tad.
Pitch is high. Single, ground out, double. 2 runs scored, RBI, and a stolen base. So big night for Coco Crisp. Trying to lead the A's to the postseason here in 2012. That was great foul. You know, Ray, I've had a lot of people, and I'm sure you have too, people that have been A's fans for a very long time and have seen some terrific teams, some championship teams. They say, I've enjoyed this season more than any of them. Maybe it's the surprise factor.
I think it is,
bit.
I think it's the lack of expectations. The off season, coming into spring training and during the early part of the season, just, you know, I mean, when people start saying the club's going to lose 100 games, people start believing, okay, this club's not going to be that good. And all of a sudden they start playing. They win 19 games in July, 18 in August, great September. And again, when you think about trying to overtake a team that has a 13-game lead over you on June the 30th, that's halfway through the season. And next thing you know, on October the 1st, with 3 to go, you're only 2 behind that same team that had the 13-game lead. Remarkable second half for the Athletics.
And I'm sure there's a lot of baseball people. And listen, there were times this year, when I'd say, "Uh-oh, be careful here."
That's right.
People say, "Well, when are the A's going to start to slide?" And they just never did.
He wouldn't let them.
They just never did.
That man would not let them. Bob Melvin would not let them. And I think that's the credit, because it starts at the top, leadership, and Bob Melvin and his staff have been there. And this team, I really have not seen a group of guys who want to play as hard as this club has all season long, especially when they were down.
Now, it did not start well for the A's. They went 10-12 at the beginning, and then in May, not a good month, but a little better in June, and then July is when things really kicked into gear. And that is when things started to turn, and by the end of July, the A's had some action going.
54 games July, August, September. That's the most remarkable thing. To sustain what they did in July, winning 19, do it also in August, 18, and then 17 in September. 3 of the toughest months in baseball.
Coco will pop up. Kinsler's going to go out. Back pedal. He's under it. He's got it. Side retired. So the A's strand 2, and we are on to the 7th inning. It's the A's 4 and the Rangers 2.
Dynasty. It's going to premiere on Friday, October the 26th, 8 p.m. on Comcast Sports Net California. It is the celebration of the A's 3 consecutive World Series titles 40 years ago. And includes, of course, Riley Fingers, Joe Rudy, Reggie Jackson, a whole array of great players, the great Catfish Hunter, Vida Blue, Kenny Holtzman, the starting pitchers at each won 20 games. The Hall of Fame manager Dick Williams, Gene Talachi, Gino Tiennes, who hit some great home runs. I kept seeing the 72. George Hendricks part of 72, and there's Charlie and Dick Williams and the wives staying on top of the dugout in Cincinnati Riverfront Stadium after the first World Championship. And there they are, folks, 72, 73, 74, and Ted Griggs, president, said it's his favorite time, and he wanted to show it. So, president of Comcast Sportsnet, we congratulate Ted for his work and the work of Comcast Sportsnet to bring out the championships 40 years ago.
And that show produced by Sean Madison.
That's right. You can interview
one of
me.
Our good ones.
He interviewed me.
He's good. Anything Sean Madison does, it's going to be very, very good and very thorough. So we'll look forward to seeing that. Napoli to lead it off, and Napoli skies went foul, so the count is 0-2. Napoli, Moreland, and Kinsler. There's your out distribution for Jared Parker. Doolittle getting loose in the bullpen. 91 pitches for Parker.
You got right, left, left, or right, left, right, right, left.
All it.
Well, the hard slider froze Mike Napoli. He took it and had to be wondering, as we all are, why it wasn't called. Parker thought he had it, and same pitch that got Nelson Cruz back in the 5th inning. It also was an 0-2 pitch.
And that one runs inside. So, Ray, Parker 175 innings, 175 and a third coming into tonight, plus 20 and 2/3 innings in AAA. So, if my math serves me correct, that's 196. 6 more tonight. 202.
That's right. How about that? And he's well aware of it, but he knows that still feels strong.
That one's hit very high, left center field. Coco's going back. He's at the wall. He leaps and he can't get it. Napoli homers, and it's 4-3. A sky ball that just got out. Second home run for the Rangers in this game.
Well, just did not want to throw him the changeup. Challenged him with a 94 fastball and got it up again, as was the case to Michael Young. Mike Napoli, very strong block defense. First at bat on 3-2, challenged him on this 2-2 fastball and talked about his patience on a pitch that's down. This one a little bit above the belt and got under it. And now with Pennington coming in towards the mound and his catcher going out. Coco, great jump right in front of the Comcast Sportsnet California sign, but you see the ball bouncing behind him.
7 home runs in the last 14 games. So here's Mitch Moreland. We got a 1-run game.
And Bob Melvin with the conversation on the mound. You figure it's just to buy a little bit extra time for somebody. It's just a question of who. And remember, in Texas, Blevins faced Hamilton, and he was, 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts, walked in. Bob Melvin slowly, he's got a point for a lefty. You know, he might as well take 5 minutes, because Mike Maddox did when he went out. Lance Barksdale wouldn't break it up, so he could stand out there as long as he wants. And I would have to think that if Barksdale comes out, tries to break it up, he'd simply say, I gave Mike Maddox an extra time. I'm going to take it as well. I might have been talking also about the pitch from the outside corner was not called. That maybe should have been.
So Parker's going to lead to a huge ovation. Maybe a little disappointed in the Napoli home run, but 6 good innings tonight from Jerry Parker. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up. Your oil change, tune up, and smog experts.
Just too many.
brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. The further you go, the closer you get. Take a steam train through the Redwood Forest. It's the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. The A's fans into it tonight, as they should be. The Rangers, they're not going to go quietly. It's now 4-3. So Doolittle comes in. Parker is gone here in the 7th inning. First pitch to Moreland is a fastball, foul back. Angels still leading the Mariners 7-1 in the 7th inning. 94 pitches for Jared Parker. Gave up a home run to Young and a home run to Napoli.
The Rangers know what they're going to get from Sean Doolittle, but they didn't expect that one. I asked him about the slider, and he said he's starting to throw a little bit more different types of sliders, and that was a good one to Moreland. As a lefty making his 42nd appearance in a year ago, instructional league, learning how to pitch.
0-2 pitch, slider down and away.
Amazing. He talks about, Doolittle talks about some of the pitchers that he faced as a hitter, as a first baseman.
He was a good hitter.
A very good hitter. Very good first baseman. Very promising for the A's in that position. But injuries and actually for him the ability to pitch. There he is.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Ray, but he had a knee surgery that he struggled with. And it seems like he could never get it back to 100%.
Yeah, when he moved to the outfield, had knee problems. Then, of course, ended up with a right wrist injury that when he had the cast on last summer, he started pitching just, as he said in your favorite sport, the quarterback stand there and let the quarterback throw, somebody else catches the ball for you. And he started pitching, and next thing you know, he's in the instructional league and AA, AAA, big leagues, and really he's got a great fastball, but you see that's 3 sliders he's thrown to Moreland in this at bat.
So Uhara. Swing and a miss. Right back to the fastball, 95 miles an hour. Moreland is retired. 1 out here in the 7th.
But just the thought from a left-hander standpoint of seeing something other than just the fastball. He's seen some sliders, and then all of a sudden maybe just a little bit late with a swing on a good fastball. And Moreland, a powerful hitter, could not catch up to the fastball. But I'm sure the scouting reports would say he's a fastball pitcher, which he is. But if he starts throwing a few sliders and lefties, then you can't just sit dead red with a fastball, and maybe that helped. That's a challenge with this hitter, and one to follow in Elvis Andrus.
Kinsler takes a fastball on the outside corner. First strike. Kinsler, a fly ball to right. Strikeout in the 3rd, strikeout in the 5th. And another fastball, and he takes that one, and it's 0-2.
Outside corner, inside corner. Great over the top, 4-seam fastball. Norris inside, move in a lot farther if you can.
That one not close. It's just always surprising to see Kinsler take a fastball, let alone 2 in a row. They were well spotted.
And the 0-2 changeup away. That in a new pitch, another pitch. But I would think a hitter has to think that he's eventually going to get the fastball. It's just a question of if he tries to drop a slider in.
Little jam shot. Norris coming back, flips the mask in front of the screen, and he cannot quite make the play. You get there, and then you're at the mercy of the screen.
Well, the diamond level has created a shorter distance between home plate and diamond level. And there's a fan in the front row of diamond level with the screen, the netting behind, but it's actually closer in that front row to the home plate than pitcher's mound to home plate. So you can see the distance, about another 15 feet. This area here compared to the area going out to the mound is shorter. But all the foul territory down the lines that hitters say it's a Coliseum out, and then one behind home plate that maybe an out some other place. It's another bat here, another swing.
Kinsler takes a fastball just a shade outside, maybe. And I said maybe.
Well, Parker's got to be wondering the 0-2. Now see how close to the plate Kinsler has moved up, and maybe that's why the second fastball, the strike, was on the inside part, because he's so close to the plate.
That one's hit very high, shallow center. Pennington now is called off by Coco Crisp, and he's got it for out number 2.
And that's where the center fielder takes charge. You have 3 converging on a fly ball, second baseman going out, right fielder coming in. Everybody defers to that man, the center fielder, who takes charge. Everybody else backs off high enough that 3 infielders, an infielder and 2 outfielders, 3 players can get to it. You see, Pennington was calling for it, but an infielder goes out until he hears somebody call him off.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Elvis Andrus steps in. Andrus goes after the first pitch. It's a foul ball.
Well, Ryan Cook, who had a phenomenal inning yesterday, is warming up alongside Jerry Blevins. Cook, first and third, nobody out. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout.
Inside. And Doolittle was actually the winning pitcher yesterday.
That's right.
Bringing up his second win. Off the foot. Andrus will hop around for a little bit. Andrus has an RBI single, a walk, and a flyout. So 1 for 2.
3 pitches, 3 fastballs to Elvis Andrus. Travis Blackley sitting next to Jared Parker, and Blackley tomorrow night starting pitcher. Parker trying to win tonight.
It's hit on the ground right to Drew. He straightens up, side retired. So a home run by Napoli here in the 7th. It's now 4-3 as we have reached the 7th inning stretch. Rangers 3. A's win. They are headed to the postseason. Rangers are already in the postseason. If they win, they will win the division. Well, that's what we're playing for tonight. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Koji Uhara comes in. Very nice season, 1.87 ERA. And he'll face Gomes, Cespedes, and Moss. Couple of hits tonight for Johnny Gomes. Pair of line drive singles to center field. Also struck out in the fifth, so 2 for 3. Dre, I was looking at the payrolls of the teams that are in the postseason, and it's pretty interesting.
I bet it is.
Well, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Of course, the A's, who are close but not quite in yet, 29th out of 30. Right. One-two pitch. That's popped up. Moreland coming down the line. Foul territory. He's got it. And that's out number 1. A's Baseball and Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's Rake in the Cash, $500 cash every hour from 6 p.m. till midnight. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. One out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Crowd maybe starting to feel it just a little bit. A's 6 outs away from a trip to the postseason, but
and it's tough 6 outs.
Yes, it is,
because Rangers are a very, very good team. As it looks like it's going to be that's Cook to the 8th, and the A's hoping to be bound for the 9th if they can hang on. 1 run, always like to get some insurance. The A's with Cespedes' home run yesterday made it 3-2, but then Reddick helped out with a 2-run home run himself.
0-1 pitch is right there for strike. 0-2.
True definition of a short armor. This is him.
Cespedes tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. Next ball's out. So the A's are 29th in payroll. The Nationals, they're in, right? They're 20th in payroll.
Okay.
Orioles are in. They're 19th.
And then
the Reds, 17th. Moreland again. And he's there, and he's got it. So that's out number 2. The Braves are in. They're 16th in payroll. Now those are you're in the lower half, right?
Right.
But some of the big spenders are in as well. Yankees are number 1. They're in. The Tigers are number 5. They're in. Rangers, 6th in payroll. They're in. Giants are 8th in payroll. They're in. Adrian Beltre sitting with the relievers. He's not in.
He will be hitting second in the 8th, trying to get a different perspective of what is happening in this game. Now, I've seen outfielders, let's say a right fielder at the bullpen of the Rangers down the right field line. I've seen a right fielder come in and just sit down with the relievers and say, I'm not going to hit this inning, so I'll just stay down here and visit with you guys, and shorter run to the outfield.
You know what I think it is for Beltre? Boredom. There's the closer heading down. Another hit for Moss. If you keep dropping it into that spot, he's going to keep getting hits over and over and over. A little bit down, and he just rips it.
And a little bit off speed as Uhara. Better, of course, for Brandon Moss at a New York Yankee Stadium a couple of weeks ago, 10 days ago or so, with a slider off of Soriano for a game-tying home run in the 9th inning, second decker at Yankee Stadium. Walk-off here Saturday. He's telling the Mike Selleck. That's 25 consecutive batters retired. Uehara, it ends with a single by Brandon.
Reddick's got an RBI hit. That was in the first inning. A little different look in the jersey. Oakland, the back of the jersey. 1-1 to Reddick. Another foul ball that's going to be playable. Michael Young is there. He's got it. And the A's are done in the 7th. Cook is coming in, the All-Star, and we're on to the 8th inning. It's a 4-3 game. Comcast Sports at California is brought to you by Fries.com Open. The Fries.com Open returns to Court of All October 10th through the 14th. Tickets available at FriesOpenGolf.com. So we have reached the top of the 8th inning. Brandon Inch. Big hits for the A's this year. Too bad he couldn't be part of this on the field, but he's a big part of it. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. And it's the All-Star Ryan Cook taking over. So Cook to face Hamilton, Beltre, and Cruz. First pitch is outside to Hamilton, who was struck out twice and hit a fly ball to right field.
We talk about the young starting pitchers, but how about a young closer slash setup pitcher in Ryan Cook? The wear and tear, long season, stressful innings, whether it's a setup or closer. Of course, right now this is a save in the 8th for the A's. They can get 3 outs, and the save in the 9th if they can continue.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. A fastball sinking at 96.
Well, a sinking fastball that normally Josh Hamilton's all over. I mean, that's the amazing thing, how great of a pitch it was.
Swing and a miss. 97 miles an hour. 2-2.
Up the ladder unintentionally, but it worked out.
Hamilton lays off that pitch running off the plate. So now full count.
And he started and very strong wrist and forearms, able to hold up his swing. Well, if he threw him a nasty slider, might be a great pitch. If he threw it hard, has to throw it hard, stay in the way.
And that one's hit to left field. Cespedes headed toward the wall, into the corner, and he's got just enough room, and he makes the catch. Hamilton is retired on a long fly ball, 1 out.
That's the strength. Power against power. 97 fastball, and Hamilton maybe thinking, well, is he going to throw something off speed? He's challenging, and that's how close. And with the ball slicing as much as that one did off the bat of Hamilton, that's scary, but Cespedes was there.
So that's out number 1, and here's Beltre. First pitch to Beltre, slider, swing and a miss. Slider 0-2.
Nasty sliders. Hard, thrown hard. Beltre thinking fastball. That's 2 mighty swings on 2 very good sliders from Ryan Cook. Keep it away from him. Wow, got away with it.
He hung a slider, and it's popped up on the infield. And Pennington squeezes it, and that's out number 2.
Well, sometimes it's better than lucky than good. And at that time, he threw 2 great sliders and then hung one right in the wheelhouse of a power hitter. And fortunately, it went straight up the chute.
So 2 outs. Here's Nelson Cruz. Cruz is 0 for 3. A couple of fly ball outs and a strikeout. Fastball inside corner for a strike.
Napoli will hit again in this game.
And now it's 0-2. So Cook way ahead of Cruz, and everybody's going to get up on their feet.
You see the open stance of Cruz, then it closes quickly, and that's why he generates a lot of power to the opposite field. And first pitch fastball to inside, perfectly thrown, and then the hard slider that he fouled off.
Nasty pitch, strike 3 call. Cruz strikes out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Cook. Bottom of the 8th coming up. A's 4, Rangers 3.
someone driving a truck on the upper deck? No way!
All right, here's our game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 3-6-0 for the Rangers. The Athletics 4-8-0. A couple of home runs by the Rangers, but they're still trailing. So Roy Oswalt comes in. Oswalt will face Donaldson, Drew, and Norris here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Balfour starts to throw.
Be nothing better than some insurance. 1 run, 2 runs, any amount of runs, it would be great. That Balfour is planning for it to be a 1-run lead. At least the A's have that much of a lead. But Ryan Cook did what he did yesterday. Although this time he didn't put a couple of runners on base and got 3 big outs.
Bounce toward Kinsler, who's playing behind second, flips to first, and Donaldson is retired. So that's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now batting, shortstop, number 5.
So that'll bring up Drew.
Thing about Hugh Hart last inning, very rare that 3 outs recorded in the same inning, all foul balls. Which
only in Oakland.
Only that's right. Only O.co. Bob Melvin, can he cap off a miraculous season with a win tonight? 91 wins for the A's.
The count to Stephen Drew. Drew is 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Rolls that one to foul.
Johnny Gomes, the leader in this club, the veteran who's been here. His team back in St. Petersburg won tonight, the team that he helped take the World Series 08, and trying to make another spectacular run at it this season with a new team.
Fastball right there, strike 3 called. So 2 quick outs here in the 8th inning.
Oswalt, who pitched a very good game against the A's when he joined the Rangers. He pitched out of the bullpen. Game in Texas for 1 inning, and then comes in and throws a perfect strike. Stephen Drew for strike 3.
Now in the top of the 9th, it'll be Michael Young, David Murphy, and Mike Napoli. And if anybody were to get aboard, it'd be Mitch Moreland. So 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Also got to keep in mind, A's do hang on and win this thing. They're only 1 back of the division.
The excitement is about trying to win to get to postseason, but realizing it's the first of a 3-game series. The Rangers need 1 to clinch the division. The A's need 1 to go to postseason as a second wild card, which would make 9 of the 10 possible postseason teams in play. But 3 big outs for the A's to try to get against the Rangers.
1-1 the count to Derek Norris, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Oswalt pumps the fastball in there, and Norris fouls it straight back. The Angels are leading the Mariners. It's now 7-4 in the top of the 8th inning. There's a line drive, right field. Cruz are playing out of bounds. Nice at bat by Norris going the other way. So that is hit number 9 for the Athletics.
Hit a home run against the Rangers, pulling a pitch, hit it to left field. This time, fastball stays inside with a couple of strikes and goes opposite field perfectly with the expo. How about the head down, the follow through, great top hand, and Derek Norris at first base tonight. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. So far, he's catching a winner for 8 innings in a row.
Pennington's second at bat. He pinch hit for Rosales in the 6th inning and had a base hit. A's scored 2 in the 1st and 2 in the 5th. The Rangers scored single runs in the 3rd, in the 4th, and in the 7th.
And the balk by Perez, and the 2 runs scored actually in the 1st inning after 2 outs. Got a big double play ground ball, then Reddick the base hit.
Pennington, a shot right to Anders, who flips to Kinsler just in time. Here we go, folks. A's 3 outs away from a postseason berth. It's up to Balfour. Berth. Unbelievable. And the A's fans, who have been terrific all season long, they feel it, players feel it, we feel it, but still 3 outs to get in a one-run game against the team that has the best record in the American League. So it's up to Balfour.
Ladies and gentlemen, now pitching for the Athletics.
Balfour with 22 saves and a 2.64 ERA.
But Cap, I will say one thing. We saw in Texas over the last road trip and in New York that Parker pitched that great game on Friday night that ended up getting a no decision. The A's lost it in 10 innings. Go to Texas on 7 consecutive games. The A's played in excess, again, in front of excess of 40,000 people. The crowd noise in Arlington, Texas, no different than what it's been tonight here with about half the crowd. Ryan Cook, spectacular in the 8th inning. Getting a strikeout, especially with Cruz with a couple of strikes. So Grant Balfour, he wanted the closer role. He had it at the beginning of the season. Now he's got it in probably the biggest game of his career. Not realizing it's the first of a 3-game series. Brandon McCarthy with the horseshoe. He is back. An inspirational part of him in the dugout for the Athletics.
So Michael Young steps in. Young has had a good night. A single, a home run, and a hop out to second. So a tough out immediately for Balfour. First pitch, and it's a fastball right in there for a strike to Michael Young. Murphy to follow, and then Napoli. Swing and a miss on a slider 0-2.
Well, we've talked about Balfour and the ability to throw more than just a fastball. And he starts him with a fastball, throws him a great slider, and a swing and miss. About as perfectly thrown sliders you could make.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. 3 pitches. Young is gone. 1 out in the ninth.
That is the most unbelievable at bat from a guy who is as good a hitter as there is in the game for Grant Balfour to strike him out on 3 pitches. Fastball, slider, better slider, out of the strike zone, and he gets the punch out. Threw it hard, and that's the best thing he can do. Throw it hard so a hitter cannot adjust. And Michael Young, one of the best, could not make contact.
So that brings up Murphy, left-handed hitter. First pitch, fastball, foul back. Couple of hits and 9 at-bats for Murphy against Balfour. Right on the outside corner, 0-2.
5 pitches, 5 strikes. 3 fastballs, 2 sliders. How about this perfectly thrown fastball? Murphy, open stance, closed, took it.
Strike 3 called right on the outside corner. 2 outs in the ninth.
Wow. How much more perfect can you be as a closer? Outside corner again. Great location. Pumped a perfect strike. Murphy could not pull the trigger. And now the toughest hitter for the A's, especially the way Mike Napoli has been playing. Key is to keep the ball down. Down. Maybe in a first pitch slider, down and hard.
First pitch to Napoli, way outside. Well, that's the first ball that Napoli has thrown here in the 9th inning.
You see the numbers, Napoli against Balfour, and you'd like to make it 0 for 7. He's 0 for 6 now. Outfield extremely deep. Very deep. No doubles.
Not close in the dirt.
So when you look at numbers, career numbers, the hitter against a pitcher, and Balfour has had the better of Mike Napoli, but showed the numbers Mike Napoli and the way he has hit lately. Bob Melvin uncharacteristically sitting down.
Must have been sitting down last inning.
Yeah.
Strike right down the middle of Napoli, taking all the way 2-1.
Extra fastball, 95 miles per hour. Darren Bush looking on. AAA manager, been with the club since the A's won Anaheim.
Just missed outside, and now 3-1. Moreland is the on-deck hitter.
He stays fastball outside and down. The best place to throw the fastball. Napoli hit a fastball for a home run off Jared Parker, belt high.
97 miles an hour.
Challenge at 97. 3-1. Napoli sitting all over it and fouled it straight back. Great location outside corner. That's where you want it. Does he throw him the slider? Does he challenge him? He just challenged him 3-1. He's got to be looking for it again. 3-2.
He struck him out, and the Oakland Athletics are going to the postseason. Unbelievable.
Wow.
For the first time since 2006, the A's, in one of the most unexpected runs to the postseason, have done it.
And the hugs in the dugout, the manager, the staff, 92 wins. 92 wins. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's just beginning. The playoffs are there. How great would two more be? I'll see you downstairs.
My partner's heading down, and we're going to sit back and enjoy this celebration. What a great night at the Coliseum. The fans totally into it, really from the start. And the Athletics, unbelievable. Nobody expected it except maybe, just maybe, the guys wearing the uniforms. Maybe they're not surprised. So the A's join the Yankees, Rangers, Orioles, and Tigers as the 5 American League teams headed to the postseason. What a year. This was the final out. Foul 4. Swing and a miss. And it's time to party, folks. And things are just getting a little bit more crazy here at the Coliseum, as it should be. So it's good to see the staff enjoying it, and they deserve it, because that is a hard-working group. So the party continues downstairs, and we're going to head down there with our Kate Longworth, who's standing by with the manager. Kate, take it away.
Thank you, Glenn. And Bob, I don't think anyone expected it to be any different for the A's. What was it like for you watching those final 3 outs?
Well, I tell you what, I was trying to fight off the emotions of so many times I've been in this ballpark, whether it's watching World Series or a concert, and looking around trying to take in the fans. This is some kind of special when you get to do this at home. Pretty unbelievable.
Being that you did grow up here in the Bay Area, you watched many winning games here at the Coliseum as a fan. What satisfaction does it bring to you to bring the A's back to the playoffs?
You know what? I can't even explain it right now. I mean, it's that cool. We got a lot of guys here that pride in wearing this uniform. From guys like Kurt Young, Chip Hale, and these guys that grew up here, Johnny Gomes. Pretty amazing. I mean, it's one thing, I've won a World Series in Arizona and some other playoffs, but it's nothing like this.
Well, I think it's only fitting that it would end like this. Bob Melvin finally gets his pie as the A's clinch a playoff for the 2012 season. Celebrating now with his team. We'll talk more a bit with the manager, but right now let's just watch the A's embrace an incredible moment.
Well, maybe we should have known that was going to happen, and Kate's right. Maybe it's appropriate that on the night the A's clinch a trip to the postseason, the manager gets pied. I think it's all worth it. What a night. Well, the 5-year wait is over, and the A's are heading back to the postseason. remember the A's when they clinched in 2006. It was in Seattle, so it's been a while since they've clinched at home in front of these great fans, but they're getting a chance to do that tonight. Now it looks like Kate Longworth has one Mr. Josh Reddick. Kate, take it away.
Well, Josh, how long have you been waiting to greet Bob Melvin with a pie after a big win like this?
Well, you know, we've never really had the opportunity, never had a thought in mind, but I think since this moment happened and we finally got an on-field interview, yeah, I think it was the perfect opportunity.
Looking back at spring training and then Tokyo, did this team ever imagine that you would be in a place like this right now heading to the playoffs?
You know, I don't think anybody outside of this team thought that we'd be where we are today. And, you know, we silenced a lot of critics, come a long way down the road. And to do it with the team that we've had, it's just a great feeling. It's unbelievable.
What is it about this team that has made you guys so successful this year?
No, I think it's just been more than just one person. It's been a whole team, 1 through 9. Pitching's been great. Bullpen starters have been excellent for us all year. And, you know, we seem to be getting one of those little big blasts that kind of pick us up. And then, you know, the pitching just shuts it down from there. So I think we got to credit everybody.
Right now, you guys are in the midst of your biggest series of the season, yet you were able to go out there and focus. What was it like in the clubhouse before you took the field today? And how were you guys able to keep it simple like you've done all year long?
No different than any other day. We took it the old Bob Melvin way, one day at a time. And that's the way we took tonight. You know, we figured we had to get well against these guys all year. And to do what we've done against them here and their place, you know, we just kept calm and did it the same way.
Well, Josh, look at your teammates right here. Look at this crowd. They haven't sat down all evening. Is this moment what you dreamed it would be?
This is every little kid's dream, being that 5-year-old in the backyard, you know, pretending hitting that 3-2 walk-off homer in the World Series at Game 7. So we're very happy with where we're at. And, you know, glad to have these fans come out here and support us here in this last week, and happy to do it for them.
Well, Josh, I don't think I have to tell you this once or twice, but go celebrate with your team.
We'll do it.
And, guys, we'll send it back up to you. Glenn, take it away. What a big day down here on the field for the Athletics.
All right, Kate, thank you very much. So the party continues, and it looks like it's headed to the clubhouse. So coming up next, it's A's Postgame Live. Guys in the studio, and then we'll check in the clubhouse. Stick around.